That should definitely not be on a monthly, maybe weekly, I think. All right, so far in July, which we have only 6.5 days left, we opened, we went high, we went low, and we came back up. We respected this monthly bullish inversion for value gap. We respected this BISI, but I have to say, I still think that we're going to almost certainly come down into the, down to 50,000 at some point. I just find it unlikely that we're not going to come down and get some more of this liquidity that's down over here. I could be wrong. It doesn't need to be, but as I pointed out in previous price analyses, that's what we've seen repeatedly. Okay. It doesn't mean this time it has to, but if we don't come down to at least like $44,000 at some point, I would be surprised. Doesn't mean we're going to stay there. I think we're going up to $1 million a coin eventually, or maybe more. But as I've pointed out on the weekly here, we had our first weekly bearish market structure shift in about 2 years, almost close to 2 years, since November 2022. But then we turned right around, and then the week after this one, we had a bullish market structure shift on the weekly as well. So, and this was last week. Last week was very bullish. We rebalanced this weekly SIBI. So I've been waiting to take this off to do an analysis. We rebalanced this. I think that was a SIBI as well. What did I put there? Yeah, that was also a weekly SIBI. And so we put in a bullish market structure shift on the weekly. Now the question is, what now? And let's go down to daily. Now on daily, I pointed out that we'd been in bearish price delivery for quite a while, ever since we broke below, closed below these swing lows there, came down, put in a bullish inversion on the daily over here. This is that bullish week last week. As we closed above here, we closed above the weekly market structure shift level. At the end of the week was Sunday there. So closing well above that weekly market structure shift level, and a couple of other SIBIs as I showed you as well on the weekly, closing above this daily SIBI, this order block, or maybe this order block. I'm not quite sure. I haven't fully mastered those yet. And what's important to notice here is that if this was a temporary retracement while we're planning to go lower, then we retraced back up into OTE, optimal trade entry, between 62 and 79 for this leg here, the prior bearish leg. So we've retraced back up. And now the question is, are we going to retrace back down on this leg? How far down are we going to go? Are we going to go down to equilibrium? We're going to go down to optimal trade entry levels. Equilibrium is right here in the middle of this bullish fair value gap. So there's a very reasonable chance that we're going to come and at least retest this bullish fair value gap. That would bring price down to 61,000, let's say $61,100. If we fall short of that, which I think is unlikely, considering that we have also now had a bearish market structure shift on the daily here. We've closed below this over here. We've had this bearish market structure shift. So I think that, it seems likely that we're almost certainly going to come down to 61,100 or so. But if we're actually going to continue lower, right? Because looking here, we saw how this leg put in that weekly bearish market structure shift below here when we closed below this swing low. If what we're looking at here is a high time frame market maker sell model, coming back down to, like we said, the 40, low 50s, or even the 43, 44, I think is where I showed on the weekly. Well, that's well, then we're going to go lower than that. So I don't know which way it's going to be. I don't know how far lower we're going to be. I would be quite certain. I'm quite confident, not certain, nothing is certain, quite confident that we're going to come back down at least to 61,100 equilibrium. Very likely we'd go down to 59 and a half or so, 59 to 60. I think that's likely. But that will, we'll have to see what happens when we get down to there, if we do, but I do expect that. And then we can perhaps see whether we expect to continue lower. All right. Hope this